top card, top of the deck, it is the King of Cups in reverse. Is it supposed to be? Yeah, King of Cups in reverse. I don't know if that's a great thing. Let me see here. I asked if it was an internal thing or an external thing. It is definitely an internal thing. Let me see what else. Yeah, they said it's an internal thing. So is this like a call to action? A reminder? It's a reminder. Okay. Is it a characteristic? Reminder characteristic. Is it more of like an objective thing? Yes. Okay. What else do we need to know about it? Okay. So it's a reminder. Is it about healing? No. Not quite. Okay. So is it about intuition? Yes. Is it about dream states? No, it's about intuition. Is it about withholding? Okay. So keeping intuitive downloads to myself. Personal ones? Yes. Discretion. Discretion in the psychic realm is highly imperative right now. At least for me. Is it just for me? Or my divine collective also? A little bit. There's a few sprinkled in there. Like my true ones, yes. But this is not like a blanket statement. It is dominantly for me. And a few sprinkled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 3. Only 3, right? Yes? No. 3 types? Or just 3 total? Types or total? They don't really want to tell me. They're not being as specific about that because energies fluctuate. Okay, so I'll just say that's definitely for me. Okay, the energy cards. This is like a Takeyoshi Tina version, volume 10. What was I going to tell you about? Volume 10, which is Destiny. It is the 10th today, Monday. It's Monday Motivations or Positive Affirmations Monday. Okay, first off, I welcome my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good and for the highest good. This is to get the clearest, uninterrupted, raw messages. Okay. All right, so let me see here. Okay, so there's that. The energy cards, so this is about me, and my divine collectives, destiny. What we need to know. On the left side, I have 7 of Swords, or we have 7 of Swords in reversal. It's no bullshit. No deceit. Therefore, as far as our intuitive side, what's incoming, it's like we cannot be deceived. Okay. It's not to ensure that there will be no attempts at it, right? Correct. But that we will see it for what it is, and we'll see it just as it is, exactly as it is. So we cannot be deceived. Okay. And like what's for us, what's not for us, who, what situations also applies, you know. On the right side, the doing side, is follow through. It's a Tower card in reverse. It's kind of like a cleaning up, like tidying up after something, like what is it, tying up loose ends, you know. But it's also about like the follow through, engaging in the path. It's attention in upright, and so it already caught our attention, so we're pretty much aware of what we're called to do. We might not know the details, but we find out like as we move through, you know, do like a walkthrough of the wreckage almost, you know, with you know, yeah, that's what they want to say. Okay, yes, okay, all right. The rest of the deck here. All right, so those are the energy cards. Now the header cards come from here. Now, I haven't painted my nails in the longest time, but I figured it's time to like kind of buckle down and get back to basics and kind of slow myself down. You know, like instead of monkey mind, like I don't know, it's what do you call it? It's purposeful distraction. Okay. So it's forcing myself to kind of like do nothing, but also make use of my time, right? So yeah, and appreciate things. Like this nail is not, doesn't look like it's gonna grow back. Now it looks like I just bite one nail because of what had happened. And so I thought about, you know, doing like the fake nails, like prosthetic almost. And I thought, no, I don't really have any reason for that. That's gonna, not for right now. I had to throw away some old nail polish anyway, and I just thought I'd give it a last hurrah. And I will appreciate this one that looks like I thought that it looked like it's my finger that looks like it's winking. So it has character to it. So just leave it as is. I don't need any prosthetics. I don't need to hide that shit. You already seen my feet. Like, holy hell. For sure. It's gonna be okay. I can still live my destiny. All right. Okay. Boop. 3, 2, 1. Header cards. What is it? Knight of Swords, and then the Hierophant. Things are moving quickly and very matter of fact. And Hierophant is labeled as intuition. Knight of Swords is labeled as penetration. So as far as like things, as far as what me and my divine collective need to know about our destiny is like there's like a timeline, a channel almost, that we've jumped into, that we've stepped into, and it's kind of, it's expediting us. So if we feel like there's any time lost, especially if you're like an older energy, uh, if we feel like there's been time wasted or time lost, time theft, energetic theft, like that we've been swindled, the universes are making up for that through this facet. And so we'll know exactly what to do, not just at the right timing, but this is like the fast track, because we already paid it forward basically without even realizing it. So this is one of the rewards, okay, of what we've been through. All right. Okay. There's that. I finally decided I had to let go of like some kind of like body cream, like soft, that I got from the micro batches, because it gave me, I think like it was just a few years ago that I had purchased it, and some of the ones I didn't open up, but I think like based on the way they're kept or how they're stored, like when they're made, when they're drying or whatever, there might be like some microbes that are, didn't make it like as pure as, normally would. Like without all the, if it's not commercialized or if it's not commercial, um, in its manufactured ways, it might be like, it might not have as good of a shelf life. So regardless of how the product was, upon initial purchase, it's like it gave me a little bit of like some bumps, but I put something else on it that I normally use in my witchery, that now you can't even see it. You can't even see it now. What the heck? That's so weird. But I decided to let go of it. Like, even though you can't see anything with the naked eye on it, because I'm pretty strong. So I don't, if I see some kind of reaction like that, I know like instantly, like that's gotta go. And so just gotta let it go. Anyway, yeah, I'm kind of stubborn like that. So anyway, okay. These are going to be the energy and their header cards for all of the candles to be selected. Yeah, I don't, this is an important question for me to get answered properly. So this is going to be like the base layer to it, especially with the prefix of like, keep your shit to yourself, Tina, with the main items. So I'm going to just use this as a base layer. Yeah, and go from there. Okay, so how many candles am I going to do today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's weird. I could do 1, 2, or 5. That's what they're saying. Okay. So I'm gonna just allow for it to do its thing. I don't know why they jumped to those, but let's do this. Okay. Okay. This one. That's it. Okay. So, oh, just one? What the heck? Let me double check. That's so weird. What the weirdos? What? Let me just double check. Okay. Because I have tea light candles too. Okay. That's it out of that bunch. Okay, so I have a couple over here. I actually have a lot of tea light candles. This is one. Okay, and then okay, I'm gonna trade. So I'm gonna keep this as a back burner just in case, as an alternate. But they said these two. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this one has been through a lot of shit, as you can tell. Oh, wait. Before. Okay. Candle number 1. candle number 2. Okay? Select candle number 1 or candle number 2. Hmm? Candle number 1, candle number 2. Okay? Candle number 1, candle number 2. All right. Candle number 1 feels powdery on the outside. Let me see here. Ooh. Okay, so it is 15:33 on the clock. It is 2:29 a.m. And yes, as you can see, it's dealt with quite a bit of bull shiz for sure. So much so, I think the wrapping, that's why it feels like a little powdery. The cellophane that normally goes over it is like it's gone. It's a goner, dude. Oh goodness gracious. Okay. There's some items like throughout on the edges. There is a lot of debris on the bottom. Okay, so any numbers here? Okay, I think they've been burnt off or something. Bottom is the number 6 or the number 90. Okay, interesting. I can't tell what color the candle this is. Let me see if I can just browse a little further. Gosh, this has so many herbs, like it dealt with quite a bit. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and move this on over. Right over here, candle number 1. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. A piece of ivy has fallen into it. Not intended, but not originally part of that. But okay, whatever. There's obviously some rosemary, a lot of salt. Gosh, what is in here? It kind of creeps me out. Shoot. There could be some basil in here. I would be surprised if it didn't have any. Oh, you know what? Those are gold flecks. Okay, so that was from a different candle. What color was that? Like an orangey, like holiday Thanksgiving candle. And you know, like, so it had like gold, like flaking to the outside. And I think you know how the wick, sometimes you have to trim it if it's too large. Yeah, and so instead of doing that, I had some leftover what do you call it, wax from another candle, so I put it in here, and that's what you see on this. Okay, I remember. Okay, likely there is still salt here, but all right, there, you know what, I think there are some root herbs in here, like yeah, I was dealing with some dark energy, so it's root stuff that is meant to counteract, like, it's for, like, exorcisms and all that stuff. Okay. All right, so what do we see here? Okay. On the bottom right there, I see a duck, like those quack quack ducks, rubber duckies, but like a dark one, Do you see it? The face right there? It's a dark one. Interesting. Like a crow version of a duck. Okay. And then, the hounds, the hellhounds, say, like in what's represented in Supernatural, the series, the Netflix series. Right above it, you see, there's 3 lined up, the snouts right there. Do you see that? In the darkness? Those are the hellhounds. Okay, interesting. All right. Okay. I see a petite high priestess facing left with like like the African type of like large like headpieces, or the head wrap kind of things. She's wearing one of those with a long like gown. Facing to the left, okay, with a long train of her gown, and somebody behind her, almost like the king, with a long cape, long flowing cape, falling behind her. Okay. There's the black blobs overhead. There's some energies that, at least one, two, that are looking over him, you know, like discerning of him. You know, not all with the best interest, especially the one directly overhead. You see where that little like cat hair starts? That's the first one. Looks almost presidential, like strong nose, and then like the old school hair, like what do you call him? Dude on the nickel. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so then let me see further out. Anything there? No. What about here? Not really. Not really. Okay. Anything there? Not quite. Okay, so now, see king and queen. Okay, counterparts. What about here? Anything else? See a grasshopper's eyes on the top, right up there. You see? Grasshopper eyes peeking out. The cat hair almost looks like it's antenna. Okay. And then right beside it, frog eyes with like the face, you know, like throwing, like spitting out something, almost like Santa Gold in one of her album covers. Okay. Anything down here now? Not really. I mean, it looks like bark on a tree, basically. But there's a hidden face to it. Yep, definitely. A goofy, like happy face. Like if we looked at this ivy, like as a rose, it would like want to dance like tango type of energy. Okay. All right. So a tree spirit energy and good vibes. Also see kind of like a Rastafarian eggplant right there. The face. That's funny. With like the sunglasses, the shades. Oh my god, that's so crazy weird. Yeah, okay. Okay. So first off, you know, I had royalty here, and then, you know, some culture here, and anything else? Yeah, some like Gandalf energy. You see, like right there at the very top, the black part is the hat, and then the gold is like a trailing beard. You see, right underneath the hat, the darkened spot. That's where the eyes would belong, and then like you see the beard, like it trails off, kind of like Gandalf energy for sure. And then the gold like piece like over its head right there, that's like the staff you see on the side. That's what it looks like. Okay. Some magical, high magic type of energies. Very well known. Okay. A is a strong letter here. Okay. Okay, anything else? Let's see, like somebody, you know, with a long face. Where that A is, like above it on the top part, looks like a strong nose, like pointing downwards. Deep set eyes. And so, like, I don't know, I see a figure right there. I don't know what I was going to say about it, but there's that. Okay. Anything else? P right behind there, the letter P, and J. So PJ is a strong initial here. You see there's this big P uppercase there, and then on the bottom leaf right there, right on the inside of it is a J with a period right there. So those are initials for sure. Yes. Also, that J could also look like a squiggle of an S. So PSI. I don't know what that is. It's like a color thing. So there might be some graphic designers here. PSI. What does that stand for? I'm gonna have to look that up. Okay. Anything else? I see a hybrid mantis energy right here in the center right here. The black portion. It looks like a mantis, but like with a hippo face and some hair on the top. So that's kind of, I don't know, like a hybrid type of energy here. Extraterrestrial. Yes. Okay. I thought I saw a ghost there. Like you see the white portion right there, where the part that doesn't have the gold. So it could either be a phoenix, it could be a, apparition, that kind of energy. But I don't get that it's ill-intended. I don't believe that here. Okay. Oh, my face. Sorry, my big forehead. That was an awful thing. I don't know what I did there, but okay. So we're back to there. Okay, that's it for that. Give me a second. Gosh, the texture on my forehead was insane. It was weird. It was like a large fingerprint. What? Okay, so there's that. Oh, I got hearts! Yay! All right, so that's candle 1. Cards will explain further. Elaborate. This one? Nope. This one? I don't know what deck they want me to use. Give me a second. I was just putting away a deck. Which one was it? Where did I put you? Frick. Oh, it's down here. Let me see. Yes, this is the one that we're going to use. Okay. Oh, cards. Yes. All right. So, strange that we're going to select from here. But okay. I'm open for a quick change up here. Okay. All right. Explain further. Okay, apology in reverse. Okay, so unapologetic, very moving forward with like intent, something that's done with much, like very deliberate, and much deliberation. All right, what goes in there for candle number 1? Selectors. Okay, so it's nurturing. It's a mother like breastfeeding her child. Okay, so so one thing that I forgot to bring up here, I guess it's still within my energy, is I am used to like working really well, like very flexible with my kid. Not sure what I walked into. Oh, so this is your first time here. But it's very interesting what you were looking at. Have you ever taken a rock out of the yard and that's slightly dirty and held it and watched the dirt form on the rock? Yeah, of course, definitely. That's funny. Yeah, of course. I've done that plenty of times. In fact, I still basically do that with different rocks. So I like raw rocks. So, like black tourmaline, I prefer it in the raw rather than all shiny because the dirt adds to it. Yeah, dimension, character. Um, it goes along with the territory, so it says a lot about it. But anyway, um, uh, so my son, because there's like a new schedule that's kind of rough in its flexibility, but you know, uh, this is the part where I have to be like the tough love mom, which means that um, uh, if he's preoccupied gaming with his friends and there's certain things that need to be done, like basic things, um, or even getting a roundabout time on, when he's done with a certain arena, or I don't want to be too detailed here, but um, like laying down the law, like um, I've given a lot of consideration, and I'm not going to be walked all over and disrespected by anyone. And it's part of the training program for my children, as well as my empire, basically. Um, those that I work with, all of that. There's those that work, in any capacity with me. That's the way it is. I'm just not going to take that. And it's not an egoic thing, but that's how you train people. Like, you got to have set standards. Otherwise, people are going to walk all over you. If I let you walk all over me, um, uh, I'll be damned that you're going to walk all over somebody else, or somebody else going to do that to you. So, uh, let's rephrase that. I'm not going to be damned, but I for sure will not stand for that. And so that means that before bed, like normally, there'd be love you, kisses, that kind of thing, sweet dreams, etc. This time, I I initiated. I got no, like I got, the silent treatment ignored completely, and that's, I don't control everything, but I will have principles over the things that I do control. And if that's the way he is going to choose to be, then let him, learn. That's that's his fault. hmm but if he's going to make any error, um, it's going to be in a lesser compromising position. For sure. So that's why, as far as unapologetic, I still need to be able to know how to nurture. And that's what I did. I done did it. So even though like it kind of saddens me for somebody, for my child to make that choice, um, whether it's a one-off or, maybe there's a series of that, like a phase of that, I can't buckle down from that. That's the way, not just how I feel about it. That's, um, I even try the rationale of, would your teacher, be okay with you talking, like talking like this, having this kind of an attitude? And it was very nonchalant. And I was like, dude, you're turning like into your dad, like so lazy in like how you care to communicate with people, and coming up with all kinds of stupid excuses. Like, So, I think sooner rather than later, he's going to find out that um, I I deal with him. How do I say it? I work with him the best out of all routes in mediating, and so that's where I'm going with that. You know, you there was a little bit of a back and forth. I'm not used to that kind of response. Um, but you know, when you have like that kind of interaction, um, mother and son, or mother and child, or parent and child, um, it's not really a dialogue at that level. He's in a level of like interrupted interaction with his friends, but I have to like turn cold all of a sudden. And if he's going to give me that attitude, if anybody's going to give me that attitude, there's the other way in which most people handle it. It's like, you're going to shut it off right now. If we can't talk about this, if we can't handle this, and you're going to have an attitude with me, you're going to shut it off right now. Because I had the openness to have more flexibility, but instead you treated me like just anybody else. And no, I'm not going to do that. I'm the last person that you should be doing that to. So anyway, there was that. That was weird. That why would that show up? That's so crazy. So as far as my destiny, I'm basically on point. That is absolutely correct. That's how I should be handling things. Uh-oh, some salt came off of that. Okay. Throw it back in there. Throw it back in there. Whoopsie. Yeah. Okay, so there's that. Pile number, or candle number 1. What were we going to say about this on the destiny part, though? How does that relate to the royalty part, or the dark energies around Duck, the hellhounds, apparition? I don't know. I feel somebody like trying to get at me. Give me a second. Gonna fix this, gonna fix it, gonna do this and gonna do that. Fantastic. You can't get to me now. Okay, so, what fell? Right here. Propped up was, ding, 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 victim in reverse. Look at that. Can't get me. In fact, let's put one right over. Protection. Okay. Yeah, somebody's trying to get at me, like the torso, like this abdominal area. I could feel it. But as soon as I put this here, like it just dropped. It was gone. All right, look at this in the victim in reversal. Da 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 da. Saved my solar plexus chakra. Okay, so, dude, there's all kinds of interruptions here. Does this even relate to the candle? No, it doesn't even relate to they're just handling my now moment. So as far as my destiny is involved, me and my divine collective, what I take from this is that we're very much in our now moment. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves and determining this or that, because number one, it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business to go that far into it. And if they are, they're just bullshitting you, to go that far. They're like pulling on your like your feels, like your aspirations, like it's like energetic pulling almost, you know, energetic siphoning a little bit, you know, like the thread, like, it's, what do you call it? Aura farming. That's what it is. That's psychic aura farming. That's what they're doing. Um, that's what they're doing. That's what that, like, if anybody does that, like, oh, it's, I would only suspect like young readers to do this, you know, like just out of curiosity, like, who are you going to marry in the future? You know, that kind of thing. And I don't go into those readings. But there's variations of that is what I'm saying. So like what lies in your like, I don't know, some people are way too fucking nosy. But this is the point of this type of thing is like, what do I need to know? What do I and my divine collective need to know about our destiny? You know? And it's saying like being on track is basically being in the moment, being in your like what you're handling right now, right in this very moment. So let me see here. It is egoic. You are speaking about emotions and illusions, and those that are all from your own expectations. This is why I feel I train ego is useful. Is useful to save time. These are all lists from your ego. You're just being run around by an angel desiring to speak about how your expectations affect you, and you're trying to say others cause it. I don't know too much about that. I'll screenshot that and, you know, respond to it later. Yeah, I don't get like too deep into dialogue with long scripts, just because I'm here for this to do what I need to do and focus on this. So if it is if it's given with the intent to support, then I appreciate that. Appreciate your input. um Otherwise I'm not sure what to say about that. Okay. All right. So in the now moment. Okay, in the now moment. Okay, anything else here? Okay. Anything else now here? Okay, so it kind of cut like that, so we'll find out what that has to say. Okay, for candle number 1, hate in reverse. Okay. Okay. What goes in hate in reverse? Emotional triggers. The only place emotional triggers come from is your own expectations in yourself and others. Okay, that was a lot more concise for me to understand. So, hate in reverse. Okay, and then there's a bedroom in reverse. What is that all about? There's hidden hate in my own room, in my own bedroom. That's what it's saying. It's like objective. Like there's energies around that are hating. I feel a little bit of the nausea right over here too. It's very slight. It's very subtle, but I feel it. Like the part where you're like gonna throw up, like you feel that taste in your mouth. You feel like that little bile, you know, taste. I feel that a little bit, you know. So let me gravitate to something real quick. Where did I put that? Give me a second. Whoopee. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Weird. All right, let's get recentered here. So, I wanted a clarifier for that. We need to know about our destiny. Fortune in reverse. Yeah, there are people that actually want to do destiny swaps. They're attempting to do that. Like, they're just here for a destiny swap. There's energies here just for that. Strictly for that. Fake supporters, yeah. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, they're trying to cash in on the destiny swap. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, like, jackpot that. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. At this stage, holy smokes, they're in for a real ride for sure. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, see, look. Trying to do an interchange destiny swap. Well, I don't really have much to say about that. I don't believe in such a thing. I believe that people make attempts at whatever they believe to be true, and how do I say it? Like they indulge in something just as much as though they wish it were true. And I don't know. I just know that when you try to force something that especially isn't yours, you're gonna get there's it just doesn't work out. It just doesn't work out for those energies. And so let me see here. Yeah, I feel like an absolute blank slate. It's weird. So what just sprouted up? Recuperation. Four of Swords facing the Hermit card in reverse. Yeah, so it's like there's an automatic recoup. From where I'm at right now, me and my divine collective. Yes, for just me and my divine collective, there's an automatic recoup. Like, we look out for each other. Like, we're very much aware when people try to tap in and engage in some kind of fuckery. So, like, there's a tag team buddy system here that's engaged. It's automatic. Like, without even hearing, like, the sirens. Like, we're not having to wait for, like, or make the 911 call. It is automatic. And so we take care of each other. And therefore, like, even the attempts are more than just like futile. They're ridiculous, you know? They're ridiculous feats. Yeah, it's just crazy. So anyway, anything else? No more. Okay. All right. So anything more from this on candle number one's destiny? Do we get this? Yeah. There's a burp right there. So just the top card. This way? Yeah. Naked, accentuated. So there's a shit ton of transparency there. Yeah, it's like automatic transparency with that. So it goes in there in naked, accentuated. Okay. 2 fell on the wire. Okay. Or 3. Okay. So there's the woods. Is that in reverse? the woods, okay, night, and cut from the same cloth, okay. So yeah, like when we're in the thick of it, we're not lost. Like it's like it's not like the Blair Witch Project where we can't like find each other and we're ultimately lost. We can, even in the night, we can, our light is outshines anything masking it. The dark, the trees, whatever, we're still very much seen to each other. We're cut from the same cloth. We know when shit is going down. So there's a good not just, it's not just a neighborhood watch. There's a good system that we have in place. It's not just functional, but highly profitable for each and every single entity, energy involved. Um, um, in that collective, yeah, in my collective. All right, anything else? Yeah. So like how there's bad eggs, there's like bad ducks. There's so where do the hellhounds come in play here? Are we the big dogs? Is that what that is? Well, obviously there's other energies out there like um that exist, that are hellhounds, that are in our favor, but like those are like backups. But we are our prime like facilitators, our prime protectors. So we embody that energy already. Like these are big dog hellhounds, yeah, for sure. Yes, definitely. All right, do we get from here? Okay, one four from the hellhounds. Okay. Conviction, Knight of Cups. Yep. Very much in favor. Very much in favor. Like they drop everything and go. Conviction. Um so this is not just like a throwdown, like a dumb throwdown. This is very much done with purpose. Yeah. Okay. So that's candle number 1. Moving on to candle number 2. 52:47 already on the clock. Holy smokes. Tea light candle. Okay. Let's see what we can get over here. Oops. Okay. Here. There we go. Okay. Oh, look, another duck. This one looks more like a platypus type of duck based on the bill. But it looks like a happier one. A happier duck for sure. There's like a little monkey on its back. A little monkey. Let me see here. Hold on. I need to hold this thing steady. It's kind of hard to. Okay. That does not look like a duck now that I held it right there. It did look like a monkey. What the frick was I looking at? Holy smokes. Anyway. Looked like it. Okay, whatever. Alright, anything else? It looks like a dog at the top. A black dog. Looks like a flame with an underline on it. I mean, that black dog looks like also, I don't know, maybe it has diarrhea or something, because that flame looks like it's coming out of the dog's butt. So I don't know what that's all about. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so obviously there is some salt. Okay, a lot of energies in the air. A lot of energies. Like a lot of spirits. A lot, like, this is not bad though. It's just like massive collectives that are surrounding, you know, the ethers. They're in the ethers, like watching over. It's a lot, okay? I think that I used cinnamon in this one as well. Anyway, all right, so we were here. Okay. Now moving on over. Mm-hmm. Mm. All right. Okay, Divine Feminine off to the corner in a white robe, talking to someone, like very close to them, but it like long white robe. Came a long ways. Yeah. So it's about they're there through and through, to complete cycles, assist with completing cycles. What is that? It looks like a bogey type of, you know, badminton type of like thingy. Um, okay. It does look like somebody like fell flailing in a river as well. That's like just not as fluent swimming. Yeah, struggling a little bit. So it's like drifting. Okay. Anyway, here, what's the deal here? What's going on there? Okay. I just see someone like throwing up, like yakking a little bit. The lady. Yakking. There's just like her face is on blast, and then I see her legs and feet. For sure. Okay. And then here, I see on the right side, kind of like a nomad energy. Not gruff, kind of like a well-groomed nomad to the right side, facing to the left side. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, another Star Wars type of character. I think there was one of the Star Wars series, there, like, is it Jawa? Like like nobody liked his character. That's like, it was dubbed like a dumb character. But this one, I don't think it's a dumb one. I think comes from prestige, like a messenger almost. Okay, so there's that candle number 2. Okay, so again, maybe this is supposed to be vague because it's supposed to be used as a base layer. A matter of protection as well, I feel like. All right, so for candle number 2 energies, for me and my divine collective, like what do we need to know about our destiny? Felon foot, cycle, like underneath my right foot. Okay, anything else? This, okay, again, not to get ahead of ourselves. Let's get with what goes into cycle. This one. Ugh, fucking fuck. So it's a lady kind of like spread eagled. I have to like say, you know, like that. It has to do with sexual matters, obviously. And, that's so weird. Why would it be like that? Okay, I need a clarifier. Anything more? I'll clarify from here. It fell on my, like, upright on my right foot. Candle number 2, energy, destiny. Focus at clarifying this. Ace of Wands in reverse and 9 of Wands in reverse. It's 10 of Wands in reverse. So it's like dropping the, I'm hearing like dropping the facade, like dropping the certain burdens here. So dropping burdens, okay. Things that are not ours. So 9 of Wands is kind of like, I'm not going to be present, not going to show up for something. It's a decline, you know? Like, not a decline like I'm doing worse. Like, I can't assume that here. Although I think some would like us to assume that, just because we're doing really well. Like, we're not going to get this far without doing it, you know, something good with it, you know, something great with that. So 9 of Wands in reversal and Ace of Wands in reversal also. Okay, so this area is exploration of creativity. I feel like that. I don't know how that's gonna happen really, because I have a lot of checkpoints for sure. So I don't know what my divine collective. So this is not just about like getting nookie. I don't even think it's really about that. I think that's just by default what it is. But at the same time, there's something more to it. Okay, so clarifier. Is this... Okay. It could be either solo time or, you know, with someone. It depends on which part of my collective we're talking about here. Okay. Clarify a little bit more. This one, okay, I mean, it fell on my foot, like, what the heck? Magician, encapsulation. So we're not talking about like technicalities here. This is more about the energetics, like the feels, the exploration on what makes you feel good, for sure. So it's saying, what is, dang it, what the heck? Where'd you go? Oh, it's right there. Facing inwards. Yeah, what makes you feel good, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that would provide a lot more clarity when it's, you know, when you're pluralizing the events of exploration. Make things a lot easier in determining like the flow, or going with that, that is not compromising to your own happiness, to our own happiness. So 9 of Wands. This is weird. Okay. Destiny. Let me get some more from here. Destiny. weary, and wise. Okay. So there's discernment here. It's not just like going with the flow of things, like just riding with it. For the sake of creativity. You know what I saw on my feed? Like, oh my god, it was like so fucking ridiculous. On Instagram, there was something about like somebody who's trying to like delve into like the seduction of sexual magic, and I'm teaching us a class on that if anybody wants to sign up. You know what I mean? Like it was about what do you call it? Status games, shadow seduction, and like something else. And it was so fucking weird. But I was proud of the like divine collective that jumped in and was like, don't buy whatever she don't whatever she's selling, don't buy. This is like nasty vibes. Like these are bad vibes. Like and some explained a little further on what she was trying to do, but like for me, the bad vibes that I got, it reminded me exactly of that character that I told you about yesterday, the one where like the broken candle, all that crazy stuff happening. um how she prides herself in like sexual matters. That's the kind of stuff that she does. Like it's not like when in your younger days you can get away with like bullshit or whatever, like bare minimum shit, in order to attract somebody. But like when you get older, like especially when you're working with like a wealthier, like, more elite crowd, um there's like power plays, like I am so much more superior, I'm a high class whore type of energy, that kind of energy, but I'm not a whore. It is so crazy. And that's some kind of energy that I felt in whatever that was marketing. And like I have I throw no shade to like sex workers or whatever, because I've got a flavor for the industry. So to each their own, story. And it's not all cookie cutter, especially with me. So, but I just know how that energy is positioned, and it's like all the more reason for discernment. Okay, so we can't just go with like, oh well, spirit says like I could just go fuck around, yeah, and I could just like spread it everywhere, and it's for the sake of creativity, sex magic, etc. No, 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 it's not like that at all. So in the process of screening like checkpoints, you can get a little weary. Yeah, it can be a little like not like, how people when they get hell-bent on like conceiving, they go to fertility clinics, etc., and it becomes this process, this checkpoint process of getting to that. And so for this, it is also a process. There's Yeah, there's a, but it's a smart one. Like, better be like safe energetically than sorry, energetically, physically, etc. We're dealing with all sorts of elements here. So, what goes in weary? Okay, so what fell on my? So I guess it's this recard thing here. What fell in my tools? My main ones. The abyss. Okay, yeah, I can feel like a downward spiral. Is that what do you call it? 9 Inch Nails, one of their albums. Yeah, I feel like that could also be like one of their songs. I can't remember. Spilt Milk. And the Sun card inverted. Okay, so this is all with greater purpose. Like, we're not just like being too picky, it's you gotta show some love and respect to yourself, and who you engage with, especially on that level. So we do understand that some areas of our life have been spilt milk, but it's not all like, it's not cookie cutter, like to each their own, but we're not gonna dispose of this experience in like understanding patterns, right? So there's a lot of spilt milk. go down. It's flushed down, you know. So like to each their own and how you handle it. So if you have like that son type of spirit, like inner child spirit, like really looking at how you handle things, especially even in this like matured element. That thing on my playlist where like this kid was getting bullied by two girls and about like the Santa Claus type of thing. It's just like that. So it's like uh with those experience, those past experience, it's almost like a blip, a very like minute, like regardless of how long the relationship was, because of where we're at right now, relatively speaking, it feels like such a blip. Like when I get Google photo like memories to backtrack, you know, it's great to see my kids at a younger age and like how things, like how happy it was in those particular moments, scheduled moments. um but nevertheless, it was very much authentic. I'll take whatever I can get from that. um when I look at my ex, it's like I don't feel like particular hate towards him. I just like that was just another identity, that was another life, you know. I have no connection other than our kids, you know. I don't really, like, I don't have any feeling towards it. I don't, except like I'm not interested in the nostalgia, like reigniting that. So I let it go like in one ear and out the other, basically. See, again, I got it. Um, yeah. So I just kind of, I'm only interested in like looking at her kids, because like the more I delve into it, there are other snapshots that were just like, that's where, you know, you could see it was, a lot of things are staged, a lot of things, you know, just so I just like the 2-second memory thing here. It is very much like a blip, you know. I move on, I'm happier, you know. And so I'm not going to relive that by dismissing every single thing that happened, you know. There's like an imprint, you know, a certain patterning that's just like written in, encoded now, in our steps moving forward. So that's anything more. So I'm going to get a clarifier for that. Weary. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Rose up with that. King of Pentacles in reverse. Look, 10 of Wands in reverse on the bottom. Holy smokes, for sure. For sure. Okay, that's where we started off with. So this is Strength and Emperor. This is bottom line. This is the way to go. This is the way to move. Like, this is top dog type of energy. This is exactly the way to go. Like if you looked at like a CEO of like a $1 billion empire, or a billionaire basically, and you like honed in into their private life, their family life, or like their woes, like what brought them there, etc. This is the path of that. You know what I mean? Like this is, if they could handle all of his other shiz, could you imagine like what they rose from? For sure. So that's clarifying. Like you're doing a great job. King of Pentacles in reverse. Here it's objectivity. It's being resourceful, like investing in the future. Like, of course, you know, some things were wasted. Some energy was wasted. Some pentacles were wasted in the process of getting to where we are now. But that's an investment to the future. Like in the now, like we're good. Okay. All right. So what goes in wise? So about our destiny, like basically we're freaking on the right track for sure. Again, on the right track. Like just like sidewalk block type of energy, you know, we are on the right track. How crazy is that? The variations of us, and like even with clowns at our back for sure, you know, with masks, like painted on masks with but there's, you know, like Folly. Um, Three of Pentacles down, you know, that's it's opportunity, tied with a bow, kind of just this weird ass opportunity that our that the divine has bestowed upon us. And I mean, the best comedians basically are basically wise. They know they don't neglect reality. They hone into it, and that's what makes it so funny, the reality feature in it. And it's like with a new twist, a different outlook. So not all clowns are verbal. Some are like, you know, Charlie Chaplin based, or mimes or whatnot. And they can still say a lot with without having to be audible about it. So there's almost like facing that, you know. You see, like looking at these cards, they're facing this energy. See, we can only see the clown's face right there. So this is like a fearless type of energy. Okay. So about our destiny, there is a different kind of reality check. This is not flying by the seat of our pants, but every moment is basically momentary. So we just look at it like that, you know. As far as our destiny, that's what gosh, to go from King of Pentacles in reversal, like a power play on, like dealing with energetics that have a power play on wealth, especially in like the king future of royalty, and then going to emperor, a strong emperor. Yeah. So the discernment doesn't go away, but is naturally heightened. And so what this implies is what our destiny holds for us is very, not just promising, but there's also a follow through. Remember, we saw the Tower card in reverse. There's an absolute follow through on that. Somebody's trying to get at my sacral chakra. I could feel like strong, like pokes, like it's gone now. But it's pokes with like a blunt, but like a narrow blunt force, you know. That's what I was feeling. On the top part, you know, of me. It's crazy. I'm trying to do that. What was that all about? Lovers. What the heck? Discrimination. I don't think anybody that... Oh, somebody's trying to get at my heart chakra. What the heck? Who is this? This is... This is not a true lover's energy. They're like, there's some energies that are faking the funk. And all the more reason to be like ultimately discerning. Like, we didn't get this far to like trash it. Like, oh, like we're just gonna like be, you know, lax about. It's not it's not that it's not an easy ride here. It's more like it's not like we're not like what do you call it? Cruise control. You know, it's not we're still very much active, and all the more reason to, because people are trying to come off like fake like this, like, even though this is upright and we would naturally read it like, oh, cool, you know, like this is, maybe I'm just misreading my body, you know, that no, 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 no. I felt good energy, I felt bad energy, and that one was an intrusion. That was like a confused intrusion, like they're trying to target, but they missed it, and it was like, it wasn't about me, it wasn't about us, it was about them, you know, that kind of energy. And like, not the point of like ultimate like sexual gratification, but like what they could take based on the sacral chakra energy, creativity, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, so this is actually a reversal type of energy. Shame on them. Everybody's gonna see it. All right, so then Page of Wands in reverse. So, you know, they want to start something. They're gonna see the feedback of that. Disrespect. The Sun card. Everybody's gonna see. Like, this is double up on the Sun energy. So like when we're shining, me and my divine collective, it's an automatic like red alert. Everybody sees. It's not just like an overhead light, you know, kind of like spotlight from another energy. Like it's surround sound type of energy. You know, like the energy from, let's say, a sphere, crystal. It is energies in all directions emitted constantly. And so like unmistakably, like they're gonna see what do you call it, you know, like when there's like a mega amount of paparazzi, you get all different angles of the subject of what's transpiring. That's what that energy is going to encounter. Anyway, anything else about candle two's destiny? Yeah. Change. Okay. Anything more? Yes, one more. Pain in reverse. Okay. What goes in change? Yep, that's the one. Someone is trying to do a psychic attack. Like they're started doing it like this. Well, no, not gonna. Like, I don't know what made them retract. Okay, glass of water. There's a replenishment. Okay. So let's say this is like a larger entity, and this is like our cup. So someone's pouring into us for a change, like a refresher. Clarifier also includes, this is a good, hello? This is an introduction. This is a hello type of energy. Okay. So a new energy is coming through that it's going to be quite beneficial for us. And this can come not just as singular, but as a multiple. We're just talking about a certain type of energy, a certain imprint. So that may be in a singular or multiple. This is a multiple entry. That's what they said. Yes, for sure. Okay. So what goes in, oh, whoopsie. I started to feel like, again, bloatedness right here again. As soon as as soon as I confirm that. Somebody doesn't feel right about that, but that's their problem, not ours. Okay, so what goes in pain in reverse? It's only a matter of time. So, like, is it about time? Time? Due? It's due. It's due. It's due time. It's not about time. It is due time. So, like, there's no, what is it? You know how, like, painstakingly, like, oh gosh, like, how long is this going to take? There's no more of that. So, this one? No, that's this one. Storm. Okay, so the storm that's coming through is it's gonna like pass us over. It's only hitting other people. Like there's like a timing of like a ricochet of events. Like see, yield, yield on the bottom. It's passing over. Let's just pass it over. We don't control everything. It's outside of our hands. Okay, as far as our destiny is concerned, those that try to frick with us, even tried to, even by proxy, even by paid practitioner. It's like saying fuck them all. Like they will get, the veins of karma, you know, struck onto their plate. Um. Interesting. Anything more? Where did I put that deck? Where did I put that deck? Oh, it's right here. Okay, clarifier to that. Six of Pentacles, the exchange. This is the boomerang. This is like the finishing piece, the finishing touch of reciprocation. But it's like, we didn't dish that out. So it's kind of like the universe is just replying. It's in like auto reply, to those energies. Like, no. This is not the business that we deal with here. Whatever you're trying to like pay up front with or like dish out, it's like a return to sender almost. Like, so it's automatic. But it's like blackened, it's like it's darkened. It's worse than what they put out there because like that's them initiating it. You know what I mean? You see? Like the gray to the black, there's just something about like it's darkened, because we didn't call that forth, we didn't invoke that, we didn't give reason to it. Like how we have a moderator here, when you assign one, it's supposed to mediate. It's supposed to encourage interaction without like being disruptive, number one, or disrespectful, anything of that sort. And so this is like that's what it is. An automatic like oust with an ouch. Multiple ouches. Yeah. You see? The gray and the black from what I just showed you to the gray and the black scribbles right there. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough of that. I feel like this is enough. I'm glad I only did 2 candles here. All right. Okay. So, I didn't expect this type of reading, but I think this is a message that had to come through. So, I'll do one for my divine collective of love and light. One takeaway. Okay. This one. Okay. Boss in reverse. There. Well, the picture goes in that. Shuffle. No, they said select. This is the one. A bunch of ants to Molehill. Okay, so I asked if it was like, does that mean like we're all bosses and we're like this is headquarters? No, it's not that. They said it's that what do you call it? We have our own collectives, our own separate collectives that are magnetized to us, that are automatically, oh, hi. Potato Bay 24. Potato Ba? Anyway, yeah, we have our own divine collectives. And so for me and my divine collective, we're not bosses of each other, but rather colleagues. But we're like subheader bosses to our own collectives. What is it? Wait. Because I'm talking about my collectives. And so it's like, well, no, not bosses to our divine collective. Like, nobody's a boss. Like, if anybody's a boss, they're a boss to themselves, okay? That's what they're saying here. That's true. Okay. So, yeah. So, to our divine collectives, like, everyone's responsible for their own, basically. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's okay. So, to clarify here to that, I said shuffle on this one. Okay. Okay, so the top here, Seven of Cups, and then what fell on the Sun card is Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. There's a lot of partying and drinking here. I don't understand why for my divine collective. I guess that's what. I'm not doing free readings right now. But yeah, there's a lot of partying here. Whatever just came up over here, there's a lot of partying and a lot of, hedonistic type of energy. And all the more reason to say that when we have our own collectives, everybody's a boss to themselves. Okay. So I'm not going to take accountability for somebody else's actions. Okay. Even if they're in my divine collective. Because this is not a coven. That is true. Mm-hmm. Like, I can still send protections and selective blessings to my to sectors of my divine collective, but because I don't take responsibility for their actions, and I have to be discerning and kind of objective and detached from them, that's all the more reason, like, to be discerning of the sectors. Yes. So, but so my divine collectives represented here, the takeaway is like there's just a lot of hedonistic type of energies here. I don't know if that's yours or your surrounding environment, but I got like nobody's like the ants are in disarray here. You don't need to apologize. You asked. I'm assuming that this is your first time here, and you're asking, certain questions. So, you didn't know any better. Yeah. So there's that. I mean, the Queen of Wands falling on in reversal on the Sun card, that could be just like maybe being in that environment but not engaging in activities, like, and you're also being detached. Like, you could easily engage in all of this, but like definitely there's some disarray, like over enjoyment. You know what I mean? Like some people taking it a little too far on that. So it's good that you're setting the example, almost like a designated driver, without being behind the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be like the transit person to be, acting right, So there's that. I want to get one more just for you if you're in that position. Oh, I guess you're gonna get these. Okay, the devil in reverse and 9 of swords in reverse. Yeah. So this is like easily no stress. Like I'm not controlling everything. Like I'm not going to obsess over anything. I'm not going to be like the person that's extra when there's already extra around. And so like this is the best that you can offer is the least amount of stress in the situation. So it's like you're doing great. Okay. So I'm going to do 3 takeaways for me. Oh, you live in India. You don't have Cash App or Venmo? um, no, no worries. There's plenty of content on my forum, so I'm sure you'll be able to find answers just like intuitively. Even scrolling through, I'm sure you'll be able to find the answers that you will unexpectedly need. Okay, that's the way it works around here. All right. So my 3 takeaways. First one, ta-da! Comic in reverse. I guess I'm not funny. I don't know. Let me see. My second takeaway. Rival. What the heck? The third takeaway is game in reverse. I just looked at a bill right now. Oh my gosh. So, that's funny. I have this like outstanding mortgage, like there's a major issue on it. And, all the more reason, like I'm only doing paid readings or paid, services, because like even if it's a small amount, like I can't cut myself short, because this is like right before Thanksgiving. All this money is due, like a lot, like a lot of money is due. And I don't, I guess it's on its way to me in order to pay this bill. Yeah. Anyway, so I just gotta like release the burden of feeling bad about stuff. Okay. What goes in comic in reverse from my first takeaway? Relationships, upcoming bonds that are no joke. That is true. Yes. Again. Yeah, for sure. Very, very calming ones. Different subsets, but they're all pretty much like in close proximity. They're no joke. That's weird to get it like double. Okay, so more. Third time's the charm. Playground in reverse. Yeah, so there is, yeah, double again. I will not be alone. There's no joke. Like I am not alone on this one. Okay, so what goes in rival? Yep. Rival. Rival is a competitor, is an enemy, is... What is that? Why did I get that? I don't understand. So this is an authority figure or parental. Authority figure. So they're saying that I am the authority figure, and then like this youngling. The youngling is a rival. So, Some are aiming for it to be by blood, but naturally it's not by blood. So some are trying to make it so that it's like, you know, my younglings will oppose me, that kind of energy. But like, dude, there's no stronger force than love, and I like there's no greater love than, you know, a mother has for their own child. So, you know, like that's ridiculous, you know. That's ridiculous. Pip pip cheerio. That's ridiculous. So this is like, these are younglings. You're trying to rival with me, trying to like, this is like the most ridiculous thing too, you know what I mean? Like, there's younglings trying to compete with me, like trying to take my stuff, trying to take my material, trying to like say like, oh, they originated, you know, whatever. They're trying to do it better, or just straight up take it away from me, or try, you know, like trying to like plagiarism almost. But I like, it's weird to me because it's like, I've seen elder I've had elderly energy try to fuck with me like that. And it's like, you should know better. Like, you ought to know better. You are fucking ridiculous for doing that, coming from your position. And like, this, there's multiple entries of you doing this, but like, and I'm the final entry. You are not going to do this ever, ever, ever again. And so for younglings to do this to me, like, it seems like almost ridiculous. Like I try to eliminate that energy coming from, you know, you should know better. And here these younglings are trying to like reignite that on something that I just ousted. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. That is stupidity right there. Like, that's brain rot 10,000. Like, you are fucking ridiculous. Like, but like, so for me, like, I don't care to fight those energies. Like, it just, they don't know what they're doing. Like, I they don't know how much damage I can cause them, you know? Like, they have no idea what they're asking for in these petty games. You know what I mean? Like, do you even realize, like, I don't even want to do that, but like, they don't even realize there are bigger issues out there. They are being played like somebody's ass wipe. You know what I mean? Like, they have no idea. Like, they are neglecting the bigger, bigger, bigger picture, that there are bigger worldly items out there to consider. And it's like, shame. Like, for shame. So like, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. I'll get clarifiers on it. But it's satisfying to know that I'm, you know, I'm gonna have like relationships upcoming that are no joke. So I'm not the only one encountering this. Hello, Scotland visitor. Um, and I'm not saying like all younglings are like this, but I'm just like, the ones that are trying to rival with me, like, dude, you know, I was your age once, and like, I'm gonna give you some wiggle room here, but you gotta rethink some things. Like, seriously, like, I didn't do that when I was your age, for one. But like, I did some dumb shit, you know? Like, like, I was not um tuned into my gifts like that. So like, I didn't target, you know, I wasn't, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Let's give people some wiggle room a little bit. Anyway, what goes in game in reverse? I'm hearing Union 13. Um anyway, dead end. Yeah, so I don't play no game. I don't play games like that. Yeah. It's a dead-end street. Yeah, I'm here for, like, the clear path, like, real go time, not, like, cornering people and, like, not cornering myself for sure. Okay, so the clarifiers for each. My first takeaway on the comic in reverse. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. These are legendary, like, folk, too. This is, like attracts like. Legendary attracts legendary, for sure. Affluence. Embedded. And Chariot in reverse. Yeah, there's a kind of like, we can just sit and chill, and it's all good. Like, there's a great deal of wealth in the, like, being together on that level. Very intimate, like, very private. That's true. All right, what goes in rival in reverse? My second takeaway. This one. Purification, King of Swords. This is absolutely true. This is true. That is true. But, you know, like, as the King of Swords, you know, you need to know when and how to wield your sword and with who. So there's that, you know. One more on that. Ace of Cups, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. All right, so goes in my third takeaway, game in reverse. Death in reverse. This is transformational, so this is kind of like, again, with the dead end, like, the games, they're futile, so we're just kind of like turn the other way. Like, I'll reroute. Instead of going here, I'm gonna go another way, or I'll wait out my moment and just, you know, there's something about that there. Satiating, 9 of Cups. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just gonna forego those games. Yeah, there's that. Okay, that's it for now. Crazy. Thanks. Is there any more, like, closing statement? No. All right, that's the message for Destiny at this time. For me and my divine collective. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gifts, strength, properties, passions, pursuits from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought, form, pattern, and or entity, to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and to be refortified in me, only me, also free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Yes, indeed. Thanks so much. Thank you for letting me read for you and trusting me with your divine guides of love and light to collab with mine. What was I going to say? Yes, thank you for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. Appreciate you and that and it and them. Thanks so much. Okay, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close the portals in this reading, in these readings. Now.